Oh, I can't wait to harass my son about not being here this weekend. Beautiful water, beautiful day over here. You're welcome. All right. 1975 Hombre, friends of Fred Leland Racing. Steve and Paula Andrew and my son Aaron are the owners of that boat now. Aaron, Steve, Jeff, Jen Cushing are the regular drivers. There's a few that aren't so regular that drive as well. But minute 48 on our clock. They run like that, they'll be early. Hopefully they'll cool their jets a little bit. All right. 1 minute, 20 seconds. And they got plenty of time to get there. That's why I say I hope they cool their jets a little bit. As I've said, Hombre was designed.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, white flag on the course.
White flag, way early. We don't penalize them for that because we're not racing for points.
Two completely different hulls. The water Scamp is a SUI. It's also called a conventional because it's got the engine in front of the driver. Then we've got the Hombre, which is considered a cab over, meaning the engine is behind the driver. You'll also notice that the water Scamp has a rounded nose, whereas the Hombre has pickle forks.
And the Hombre is, I think, the second of the boats like the Champagne Lady, if memory serves me correct.
The water Scamp is a SUI. The Hombre is a Carlson.
All right.
And away they go.
You see him go into the turn there, and Randy's working a lot harder than Jeff is right now. Jeff's almost got power steering in that thing, the way it turns compared to the conventionals. Conventionals, if you drive them hard, the way they raced them, you have to basically drive like you would a dirt track car, where you stab and steer. Every time the boat starts to come around, the tail wants to come around to the right, and you have to turn right and keep power to it, or they'll spin out. It's just the nature of the design.
It's quite a workout, trust me.
I had forgotten. It had been a long time, and when I got back in, and it really wakes you up in a hurry. Yeah, I did that at Kenmore, and the course we had at Kenmore, if it was 5/8 of a mile, it was a long course. But I went into the second turn, and all of a sudden it was going the other direction, and I just thought, what in the world? And then it dawned on me what was going on. Hey, dummy, you're in a conventional. Yeah, and you change up what your driving style is. I had been in a couple cab overs not too long before that, but it changes. So you have to keep it in mind, and they all drive differently, even the cab over to cab over. But Randy will catch up a little bit here, and then they'll make another run down through here, hopefully at speed. And you see Randy probably's not going as hard as Zach. That's okay. You see Hombre skipping across those rollers in there, and that's just their weight coming back off the shore. if you get them up and really flying, you will not see much of that because they don't do it when they're not touching. But he's down, and now he's got a better ride on the back chute because he's legging it out a little bit. You hear him back out of it down there. With these boats in the day, normally what you did is you went to the corner and you blipped the throttle, and the boat starts to set, and at that point, then you turn and accelerate again. See Jeff going around giving a wave. Nice ride for him today. Have to find out what happened with the rest of our field down there. I know Calypso didn't make it for the first heat, the final of yesterday, but hopefully we can get some information. And Jeff, as I said, legged it out for a little bit. And back east, they do a lot of this where there's maybe one or two boats on the course, and they do flybys. And fortunately, unfortunately, they go very fast, and they shut it down when they get to the turn. We have to have some safety in it. If you run these things as hard as they can go through the turns, especially, you can have issues. We don't need that. Insurance is going to be canceled, and we want to run our toys.
Here we come up to the checkered flag as both boats go side by side as they're going to come across together, it appears. Putting on a good show for you. And there you go.
Somebody was being a gentleman there.
So that is the conclusion of our first heat of vintage for our Sunday program. Good job, Jeff. Good job, Randy.
For the folks in the vintage group, if maybe Mr. Snyder, Bernie Snyder, if you get a chance, could you come down and visit with us for a minute? And I'm more than glad to talk to any of you, but Bernie's always interesting to talk to, Mr. Jeff Snyder, affectionately called Bernie, or harassed and being called Bernie. But if we can get one of you to come down, I'd like to find out a little bit on the status of the boats. We know what happened with Kiwi, and we will have him come up here a little bit later. I want to talk with him again. But just to find out where we stand with the other vintage boats at this point. I know Daryl had some issues, and Annie's Dodge may have made a decision that they're done for the weekend, but just to get a little clarification on some of that. So if one of